Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all my non-binary friends, and welcome back to My Hero Academia! Guess what? We're alone here in my apartment. We don't have any fans. We're just gonna watch it just you, me, and the TV, or that would be stupid. So let's invite Pat back!
Hey!
Guess what?
Hi!
We're in the same spot!
We're in the same room!
We're in the same room! I could touch him!
Yay!
Yay! And now we're back for season 2
Dos.
of My Hero Academia.
I'm very excited.
So, what do you remember, or do you want us to go over everything of season 1?
Okay, see if I can do this. Midoriya was born without a power.
Was born.
He did not have a quirk. He then eventually met his hero, All Might, who expressed to him that after seeing Midoriya be brave in the face of trying to save his friend/rival Bakugo, you don't always need a quirk to be a hero. And that motivated All Might to level himself up and offer Midoriya All for One, which is the name of his power.
Through his hair.
Through his hair. He had to eat a piece of his hair. So they trained for a big old superhero montage in order to prep for the entrance exams to UA. And at the battle exams, he didn't destroy any robots worth points, and he saved Ochaco? Okay, I'm trying to get the names, and but the villains showed up. The villains had somehow found out that All Might, well, no, they knew because he was in the newspapers, but All Might was a teacher. They wanted to get him there, raid with a bunch of villains, and kill All Might because they had found a means to do that. The kids all come together and go plus ultra and save the day, and at the end, we are left with knowing that there is some sort of evil league of bad guys, some mystery figures behind a voice on a TV screen that were commanding the bad guys that we saw in the finale. And at the very end, Midoriya says, "But we had no idea the worst was yet to come." And there was a shadowy figure perched on a building, and that's where we've left off.
Indeed. What a recap, dude.
I hope that was okay.
That was all the highlights of season 1. Definitely. And also, you definitely got a highlight refresher from season 1, because I heard you've been reading the manga as well.
This is
up to this point.
Yes, up to this point. I was very specifically told by Mackenzie to stop on a very exact page.
Yeah, you couldn't read the very next page, because then it tells you what the season's about, so I wouldn't even be like, do not flip past this page.
So Mackenzie got me, shared with me her manga collection. I read up to that point, so I had that was the very first manga I ever read.
I didn't know that. That's cool. And it's My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia.
Going plus ultra with this one.
Hell yeah. Okay.
So I have been dying to continue, but have not been able to on my own because we have to wait to do fan theory recording or fanning out recording, and it's been killing me because I want to know more.
Well, let's get to it then.
Hell yeah!
Let's do it.
Season 2.
The first incident was in Ching City. An extraordinary child was born who radiated light. After that, reports of people with superpowers popped up across the globe. No one knew what was causing these quirks.
I look so bored.
The world became a superhuman society, with about 80% of the population possessing some uncanny ability. Our streets looked like scenes from comic books. As cities swirled with chaos and confusion, a new profession dominated our collective consciousness. It was an age of heroes.
Fear not, citizens! Hope has arrived! Because I am here!
He's the coolest in the universe! And once I get my quirk, I'm gonna be a hero just like him!
But
I'm sorry, Izuku.
I feel like the soundtrack makes half of the show.
I was born without superpowers.
100%.
Quirkless. Just an ordinary kid. I wanted to be like him so badly, but I wasn't. And so, I started to give up on my dream. My dream is becoming a reality.
Look away. What is happening?
And though I've had setbacks,
this is the show. I'm allowed to watch this.
pushing forward.
What is happening?
This is the future.
I have never seen this.
You see, this is the story
Yeah, he's recalling, like...
Become the world's greatest hero.
How am I didn't? I don't remember this.
Up next, an update on yesterday's...
Yesterday, okay, we're picking up immediately.
Where hero course students were attacked by a gang of villains. According to new police officials, the criminal forces called themselves the League of Villains. Investigators have reportedly uncovered that this group has been plotting to kill UA teacher and popular hero All Might since the spring of this year. Police arrested 72 villains at the scene, but the League's leader escaped. His whereabouts are unknown.
Greetings. The air is warm here. Feels like summer is just around the corner. I hope this letter finds you well, sir. In good health and even better spirits. This semester, I took a position as a teacher at UA High School. That's right. Now guiding the next generation of heroes. I was hoping to find someone worthy of inheriting my power among the elite students at the school. A hero in training with outstanding test scores and a powerful quirk. However, before I ever began my tenure at UA, I met a young man. Even though he was weak and had no quirk of his own, he showed incredible bravery. He rushed into a dangerous situation that caused pro-heroes, including myself, to hesitate, and managed to save the life of a classmate. He may not have had a plan when he acted, but he knew he had to do something. He accepted without hesitation, and I began training him for the trials he'd need to overcome in order to be accepted into the hero course at UA High School. Even though he sometimes struggled with his newfound abilities, he never stopped fighting and gave 100% as he tried to harness One for All. I don't like to toot my own horn, but I believe I found the perfect person to pass my quirk on to. He has shown me time and again that he has what it takes to be a real hero. I'm still quite new to the role of instructor. The day may come when I must trouble you, my old teacher, for advice. I'll be counting on your wisdom and patience when that time comes. Until then, please take care of yourself as the seasons begin to change. I'll continue to keep you updated about what's happening. Sincerely yours.
So, Toshinori has found a worthy successor.
Toshinori.
Yeah.
I'm still so far away from becoming a real hero. During the USJ attack, all my classmates and I did was slow Mr. Aizawa and their
This
team
one's so
down.
painful.
If it weren't for All Might and our teachers, we never would have stood a chance against those villains. In order to truly oppose evil, I have to make All Might's power my own. I have to embody One for All and master every aspect of it until it's second nature for me. Because there isn't much time left. And because I'm the one he chose, I'll make him proud.
Izuku?
Yeah?
Just casually lifting like 80 pounds.
Your food's getting cold.
I'll be right there. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks,
You know,
Mom.
those new muscles need
Just
lots
support
of
it, Mom.
fuel.
Morning, class.
What are you doing here?
Whoa, what a pro! Mr. Aizawa, I'm glad you're okay!
You call that okay?
My well-being is irrelevant. What's more important is that your fight isn't over yet.
Our fight? Don't tell me.
Not more bad guys!
The UA Sports Festival is about to start.
Yes!
Why would you scare us like that? The Sports Festival!
Let's go kick some ass!
Wait a second.
Is it really such a good idea to hold the sports festival so soon after the villains snuck inside?
They could attack once we're all in the same place.
Apparently, the administration thinks this is a good way to show that the threat has been handled and our school is safer than ever. Plus, they're beefing up security compared to past years. This event is a huge opportunity for all students at UA. It's not something we can cancel because of a few villains.
I'm sorry, but why not? It's just the sports festival.
Huh? Mineta, don't you know
Fair.
how important this competition is?
Of course I do. I just don't want to get murdered.
Our sports festival is one of the most watched events in the entire world. In the past, everyone obsessed over the Olympic Games, but then quirks started appearing. Now the Olympics have been drastically reduced in terms of scale and viewership. For anyone who cares about competition, there's only one tournament that matters: the UA Sports Festival.
That's right. And top heroes everywhere will be watching. This is where you get scouted. Sure, unless you're dead.
She's right. After graduating, a lot of people join pro agencies as a sidekick.
Yeah, but that's as far as some people go. They miss their chance to go indie and stay eternal sidekicks. Actually, that's probably where you're headed. You're kinda dumb.
It's true that joining a famous hero agency can garner you greater experience and popularity. That's why the festival matters. If you want to go pro one day, then this event could open the path for you. 1 chance a year, 3 chances in a lifetime. No aspiring hero can afford to miss this festival. That means you better not slack off on your training.
Yes, sir!
Class is dismissed.
Cementos.
Hey, Uraraka,
What's up?
why did you decide to come to UA? What made you want to be a pro hero?
Oh, well, because...
For the money? You want to be a hero so you can get rich?
if we're cutting to the chase, then yeah. I'm sorry if it sounds greedy. You two have such admirable motivations. I hope you don't think less of me now.
Not at all. Your goal is to support your well-being, which is a perfectly admirable ambition to have.
Mm-hmm. It's just kind of surprising.
Well, you see, my family owns a construction company. But we haven't gotten any work lately, so we're flat broke. Anyway, this isn't really something I usually tell other people, but...
Construction, eh?
If she got licensed, I bet she could use her quirk to bring costs down a lot.
And they could sell their heavy lifting equipment. She could float everything.
I know, right? I've been telling Dad that since I was a kid. But...
You want to work for us?
when I grow up all big and strong, I'll help you and Mommy out any way that I can.
I really appreciate the thought, Ochaco. But as your dad, I'd be even happier if you achieved your own dream. That's the way to make us happy. And if you do make money, you can take us to Hawaii or something.
Daddy... I'm gonna become a pro. I'll sign with a good agency and make plenty of money. Then I'll be able to let my parents have an easy life.
That's beautiful! So noble! Bravo! Bravo! Bravo!
She's not here because of some hero fantasy. She's more grounded than any of us.
Young Midoriya is here!
Whoa, All Might, what are you doing here?
Lunch! You want to eat with me?
That's adorable!
What do you say?
You want to eat with me?
Sure thing.
How cute.
Is something wrong?
I wonder what he wanted with Deku.
I heard that when All Might was attacked by villains during the USJ incident, Midoriya tried to stop them himself. Perhaps that's what this is about.
Oh yeah!
Also, remember what Asui said on the bus?
That power of yours, isn't it a lot like All Might's?
Since their quirks are so similar to each other, it's possible that All Might's taken a liking to it.
Oh, the detective's in here.
All Might and Izuku Midoriya, huh?
To be frank, I don't have much time left as the world's symbol of peace. Soon I'll have to put that title to bed.
No way.
And some villains out there are starting to notice that. Someone has to step up and keep the people safe. I gave you my power for one reason, because you will be the hero who takes my place.
I want to be the greatest hero in the world. I want to save people just like you do. When they see my fearless smile, they'll feel safe.
Do you still feel the same way you did when we met? Do you still want to be a hero?
Yes.
Excellent. The time has come for you to prove it. This sports festival. It's something that the pros know. The entire country will be watching very closely. I want you to think of this sports festival as your debut. You are the fledgling symbol of peace. The next All Might. Izuku Midoriya. I want you to introduce yourself to the world and proudly say,
the credits. Got it
I am here.
My handy dandy book. I mean, I don't think the ending's actually showing.
Okay.
I don't think so.
It's just best friends.
Alright, what are your thoughts on the episode, Patrick?
I'm immensely excited to see where this goes.
Yay.
It already feels like the first season was just very insular with the school. Like, it's like, hey, it's about getting into the school, it's about meeting your classmates. and then they peppered in the villain stuff at the end. Like, the first episode has already, like, blown the world up in terms of, like, oh, there's a ton of villains out there. There's a league of them. And, like, I love that we see that within the school is sort of like the council of superheroes, you know, that they're all like, oh, no, we've got a lot to deal with. And, I don't know, it's just already setting up that the world is way bigger than just our classroom. So I'm very excited to see where that all goes. So I think so far my favorite characters are the teacher, Eraserhead, right?
Aizawa, yeah.
Aizawa, and Ida.
Ida.
I do, he's so, I don't know, I just enjoy him.
He's got very choppy animation.
But I like there's so many characters. I've been asked by a number of you viewers, like, who's your favorite? What do you know? And like, it's hard to pick one. I don't know. I mean, we're still. I know that there's multiple seasons, so like I do know. I don't know what's gonna happen, but that is in my brain that there is a lot more out there. Got any fun facts?
The only fun fact I have about this episode involves something that was said in this episode.
Okay.
They've each got reasonings for wanting to become a hero. Ida is following in his brother's footsteps, and Midoriya wants to save people and be a hero that way. And Uraraka wants to support her family and gain the money for it.
They're so cute.
Yeah, it is adorable, especially when you find out, like, and especially if you're reading the manga, it's kind of a spoiler for the manga, I'm sorry, but some of you guys might not know this either. But in some of the back panels within the mangas, it's not a part of the main story at all, so you won't see it on screen. They have a whole bunch of, like, little tiny joke quips about how poor she actually is.
Oh no.
So, to the point of, like, are you hungry? Well, you could just skip a meal, and that's how you can stay skinny, kind of stuff. It's not exactly that exactly, but yeah. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad how broke her family actually is.
Is this like, because from what I recall, the back of each book is, like a character profile, and it shows like little bullet points of like, this is something about their clothing. Or
it's actually a joke comic page. So, yeah, her family's really, really broke. It's not just like, oh, well, we couldn't afford to eat out like 4 times this week. It's like, no, they're broke.
She just wants to take her parents to Hawaii.
Yeah. So her parents are super sweet and all that kind of stuff we saw from this episode. And yeah, that's about the only fact I got for this one. But I do really like this recap episode. It is a recap episode. I don't feel like it's super spoily to say, but every season has a really big recap episode.
Sure.
This is the best one because, 1, there's not as much information for them to recap, but 2, they actually incorporate it in the storyline.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't just to beat it over your head like last time on My Hero.
Don't expect that for every season.
Well, and like you said, they only had to recap 1 season worth. So I don't know in future ones how in depth they're gonna have to get with each thing. So.
But I did really like this episode, and I like how they formatted it. So that's all I gotta say about that. Anything else?
I'm very excited.
Sweet. Then let's keep watching, dear pet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans out.
Thanks. That's all good.